You've got to stop doing that. Keep creeping up on me like that. Cheeky. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago I put out there that I wanted some feedback on things that I could process, and someone asked, can we remove the horizon in Luminar? The answer is, I have not got a clue. So the best thing for us to do is find out. So I've uploaded this image into Luminar, and now I've got to figure out how to do it, because I've never ever done this before, and I haven't actually used Luminar for ages. I don't know why. It's a brilliant program, but I haven't used it for ages. So let's get stuck in and see how good the remove tools is, and see what we can do to try and create a fine art image of the groins at Cleethorpes, or just down the road from Cleethorpes. Let's get stuck into it. So let's go straight to the erase tool and upscale the brush a little bit. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to click on the horizon, areas that I want to remove. We'll just see what it does. Like I say, I've never done this before in Luminar, so we'll see how it goes. It's going to be interesting. That didn't work. Okay, how do we undo there? Okay, so we need to go into the AI develop module, generative arrays. So if we drag that over to there, okay, now we've got it in the AI arrays tool. So we'll just paint over the horizon again. And we'll select arrays. Now it's coming up with this funky psychedelic stuff. I actually love that. I just hope it don't take the program too long to process the process because of this funky dots. Okay. Oh, done. Yes, you can. Save. Brilliant. You're welcome. Okay, so yes, you can. So we've saved that image. Fantastic. Now we'll go into the edit module and we'll see what else we can do with this image. I'm so impressed. That is amazing. I bet you're glad you've sneaked up on me now, aren't you? Amazing. Okay, develop. Let's enhance. Let's have a little look. Let's go sky enhance, just to bring that detail in the sky a little bit. So we'll go too far. No, okay, that'll do. That will do. Okay, we'll close that. Noiseless, don't need to do that. Develop. Okay, exposure. I like shadows. Let's bring the shadows up, the details of this. Quite like that. Highlights, let's just drop them down a little bit for now, because I want to bring that detail in. Black and white, I probably will actually make this black and white at some point, but let's leave it for there now. Colour, let's give it a little bit more contrast, shall we? Just a little bit. Oh, so there you go, not a lot. Colour, let's make it a bit bluer actually. Just a touch, but I'm going to drop down the saturation a touch. There we go. Vibrance, sharpness, don't need to do anything with the sharpness. Noise reduction, don't need to do any of that. Arrays, we've done. What I was going to say was, I'm just going to bring them shadows up a little bit more, like that, just to bring that detail out in the structure there. Sharpness, like I say, don't want it. Noise reduction, don't need to do that. Optical, we can auto defringe, so we'll do that. That's done. Erase, we've done that. Structure, can't remember what it is. Where are we? Structure. Let's just add in detail. I know what I can see. That's like DAs. Now then, okay. What I'm going to do is, we'll just zero that. I want a mask. I want a radial mask. And I'm going to, can we flatten that? Yes, like so. And then I'm just going to go to adjust again, and we're just going to bring that amount up. The problem I've got is, I'm bringing that up. Dropping it down, sorry. But I'm sure it's going to affect, it does, it affects the structure as well. So I've got to be careful with that. So actually what I'm going to do is go to mask again, go back and go to luminance or luminosity. I'm going to select that instead. So it's doing its funky thing. I shall select that. That's better. Now then, when I go to adjust, I can drop that amount down, and that will give that oggy sort of effect there. Brilliant. Okay, quite like that. Colour, let's have a look at colour. Vibrance, we don't want the vibrance. We want to, if anything, we want to drop that vibrance down. Saturation, we definitely want to drop that down a little bit there. Right, onto the sliders, the U sliders. Now, what I'm actually trying to do is get rid of this brown colour. Let's go saturation, and we'll go to the oranges and just drop them down a little bit, and the reds. Okay, that's probably the yellows a touch as well. Okay, we're making it more black and white, to be honest, but I just want to keep a little bit of colour in there for now. Again, we'll probably change it to black and white, we'll see. Okay, I've done the colours, black and white. I'll tell you what, stop messing around. Let's convert to black and white. Let's drop down we've converted that to black and white, but let's just drop down the blues a little bit. We'll bring up them yellows, because them yellows tones and them reds are in the wood of the structure. One thing I have noticed, we'll have to have a look at those. The remove has gone a bit funky here where I've done the remove, so we'll have to try and address that a little bit. It's not done a brilliant job. Just notice there and there where we've clipped. That's a shame. Vignette, I want to add a bit of a vignette, to be honest, so we'll just bring that down, like, not too harsh, something like that. So twilight enhance atmosphere. Okay, now this will add, hopefully, some bit of fob to the image, which is what we're trying to create. We're trying to get that C fret. What we don't want is it all the way through the image, so I'm going to go for layered fog, which will let's whack it right up. Depth somewhere there. Okay, you know what, that's that image done. But like I say, if we zoom in, it's made these little bits where I clipped with the remove a bit weird. So I need to go back to the catalogue, drag that over to the generative arrays, just loading up. Ooh, zoom to the areas where I need to adjust. It's a little bit slow and laggy, I must admit. And as you can see there, where I've clipped all the posts, it's not done a very good job at all. So let's see what that does. Now the only problem with this is the time it takes. Let's just have a look at that. That's done a lot better job. Okay, so that's brilliant. So we just need to go through the little bits that are incorrect there and there. Okay, so I'll stop you there, because what I realised was if I was too aggressive with the remove, I picked loads of areas, especially big areas, that it wouldn't do a good job. And I try and explain that in the video, but I took too long. What I realised was if I do little sections at a time and then go back and then do another little section, the AI in Luminar does a lot better job. So I did manage to do it. It would be a quick process, but I just prolonged it because I was trying to be too aggressive and trying to remove it all, the imperfections in one go. Then I'm just trying to correct there was a little bit of the horizon I wasn't happy with. So again, I tried different ways of removing it. And again, I come to the conclusion that if I just remove a little bit rather than a larger part, the AI would do a lot better job. Don't want to go through it all with you. It's a bit boring. So we'll jump to the last part. That's better. Done it. Just I'm not using the erase as I'm using it like I would in Photoshop, and I think Photoshop recognises the area around where this is a little bit more finicky, I would say. But yeah, that's an image, a fine art image I've created in Luminar. I can't remember who asked me the question, and I do apologise, and it's one of our members, but yes, you can. It's a little bit difficult. It's not too bad. Try it on images that that work well. Make sure when you've taken the image that you count for where the horizon is to make these removals easier for you to do. Okay, I'm quite pleased about that. Okay, thanks for watching. Don't creep up on me again. See you soon.